Hey everybody, what's going on? In this video, we're going to talk about how to find tech sales jobs on LinkedIn. The reason this is important is because if you search for a tech sales job title on LinkedIn, you're going to get a bunch of sales jobs that aren't necessarily tech sales jobs. In other words, they're not sales jobs for tech companies. And even some of the sales jobs that are for tech companies, they're not really the type of tech sales jobs you probably want. So we're going to scroll through a bunch of job postings and look at specific parts of the job description that tell us whether or not these are the types of tech sales jobs we're looking for. First, before we start scrolling through those search results on LinkedIn, if you're not familiar with tech sales job titles already, I suggest you go to our blog and review this specific post. There's a table here that shows the most common tech sales job titles. The ones we're concerned with are the top 5 here. So SDR, BDR, ADR, or Sales Development Representative, Business Development Representative, Account Development Representative. Those are the most common level, entry level tech sales job titles. Account Executive is the most common closing or selling role in tech sales. ISR, or Inside Sales Rep, is sometimes a term that is, or a job title that is used to refer to the selling roles as well, instead of account executive, but account executive or AE is used much more often than inside sales rep in tech sales. So let's look at some job postings, starting with the search for sales development representative in San Francisco. So right away, this first job posting doesn't look like a tech sales job. It says retirement sales representative. I assume this is selling some type of retirement financial services. And if you see here in the job description, it says that it's required that you have your Series 6 and 63 licenses. I'm pretty sure those are financial licenses. So this is more of a financial sales job, not a tech sales job. Sales associate by Madewell. So Madewell is a clothing brand. This is probably an in-store retail associate sales job. So again, not tech sales. Sales representative by Concentrix. This one I'm not immediately sure. I do see that it says $34,000 per year though, which is incredibly low. Okay, yeah. So this role says the base salary is $34,000 with an annual bonus potential of up to $6,000. So right away, this is probably not the type of tech sales role you want, because that's extremely low for the type of tech sales roles that you're probably wanting to get. Sales representative for Plus Company Car. Maybe this is American Fidelity Assurance, looking for an account manager. So we're not really looking for account manager roles. That's kind of like a post-sale role. It's adjacent to tech sales, but it's probably not the type of tech sales role you want if you're looking for a selling role. Samba Safety. So this is the first role that actually matches what we searched for. So sales development representative is the key job title for tech sales. This is what most tech companies are going to use when they're hiring for entry-level salespeople. So this is a driver monitoring software. So this does seem like a tech company. And then intaking phone and email contact with potential prospects. Salesforce. Okay, so this looks like it's probably a tech sales role. Let's see if they say anything about compensation. They don't mention compensation, but that's okay. So this is probably a role that you want to apply for if you're looking for entry-level tech sales roles. Sales associate and J.Crew. Again, this is similar to the Madewell role. This is an in-store sales associate, retail sales associate job. This is definitely not what we're looking for when we're applying for tech sales jobs. Sales associate for UGG. Again, I'm not sure if this one is in-store, but yeah, it says sales associates are critical. So we're seeing that there's a lot of like these in-store retail sales associate jobs. You definitely want to steer clear of these if you're looking to get into a tech sales role. So SDR manager, this one probably isn't entry level. If you have some experience, maybe you can apply for this one. If they're using the acronym SDR, it's almost certainly a tech sales role. They're talking about SaaS and HubSpot. Yeah, so this is certainly a tech company hiring for a tech sales role. The only problem is that SDR manager is a management level position. So yeah, we're looking at 3 to 5 years of extensive sales experience. Oh, they want you to already have experience as an SDR manager even. So this role is going to require more experience than entry level. So sales development representative for internet brands. It does say promoted. That's something I look out for. If a company is at, I don't know, it's probably fine, but I tend to steer clear of the job titles that are promoted for some reason. So they're using the SDR acronym. Internet Brands was established in 2023. For this one, I'm curious if they were established in 2023, how big are they? Okay, so they have over 5,000 employees. So they are pretty large. Marketing. Here, it looks like this one might actually be Demand Force. I wonder why there's a difference between the job title here and what's here. This is a base plus commission role, the base starting at 50K. So that's like better than the 34K we saw before, but that's still quite low for tech sales. I would do more research on this one. It's potential that this could be the type of tech sales role you're looking for. Sales development representative for Poppin. So again, this is a good match on SDR. You can see they use the SDR acronym throughout here. Manage and qualify inbound lead traffic, utilize CRM, B2B sales. Yeah, so this is probably a tech sales role that you want to apply for. Second Nature. It's remote. They do use the SDR acronym. I don't know what this Second Nature company does though, so let's tab out Second Nature and see. We make managing your home Second Nature with our user-friendly product and services. Okay, it's still kind of vague. Professional property management with our fully managed. So upon looking deeper at this one, it doesn't look like but they did raise a Series C. So maybe this is a tech company. Oh, it is. Okay, it says software development. Okay, this threw me off that it was property management, but it does look like this is probably a tech company. So yeah, this one is probably a good role too. So let's switch up the job title. Hopefully that gave you a good idea of the type of SDR roles you're looking for. Next, assuming that you're looking for an entry-level tech sales role, let's search for business development representative, which is similar to SDR. It's also an entry-level tech sales job title. So right away, this is sales manager for a distributing company. This is probably not what we're looking for. Sales manager is not what we're looking for. Okay, business development representative. This actually matches the job title we're searching for. First point of contact for potential customers. That sounds right. Okay, so they mentioned knowledge of CRM and enterprise SaaS. So SaaS is software as a service. That's a commonly used term in selling software or in the tech sales world. So this is probably a role that you'd want to apply for. Business development associates. This is interesting. They say associate, not representative. It looks like this is a staffing firm. I think more often than not, we're learning the lesson that you want to look for the jobs that exactly match sales development representative, business development representative, or account development representative. If they say just sales representative or just sales associate, or in this case, it's business development associate, those are signs that it might not be tech sales. Tech sales tends to very specifically use those job titles. So you really, when you're scrolling through, you really want to look for exact matches for those job titles. This is, and then if you see logos that you recognize, it's obviously tech sales. So Salesforce is the OG tech sales company. So this is obviously a tech sales role, and this one is promoted. So maybe what I said earlier isn't valid in terms of avoiding companies that are promoted, because this is definitely the exact, or job titles that are promoted, because this is the exact type of tech sales role you want to apply to. Envoy SMB outbound business development representative. This is almost certainly tech sales. I can tell just by looking at the logo, and I've heard of Envoy before. And companies that use the term SMB tend to be in tech sales as well. So SMB is one of the account sizes in tech sales. It stands for small to mid-sized businesses. The account sizes in tech sales start with SMB, then mid-market, then enterprise. So anytime you see SMB, mid-market, or enterprise, that also can be an indicator that it's a tech sales role. Business development, it doesn't say representative, but the logo kind of looks like a tech company. Nope, financial services. Well, but they use machine learning. So this might be like a fintech company. You'd have to look more, AI-enabled underwriting technology. Okay, so this looks like a fintech company. So yeah, this is probably one that you could apply to as well. This one is interesting because it says associate, not representative. But Flexport seems like a tech company. Let's just tab it out to see real fast. The technology platform for global logistics. So yeah, this is almost certainly a tech sales role you'd want to apply for. Account executive, it's interesting this popped up when we searched for business development representative, but let's see, just out of curiosity, looks like they're public. It is a software development company, but it needs 2 years of sales experience. So if you're applying to BDR roles because you want an entry-level tech sales role and you have no prior experience, then this account executive role is probably going to be beyond what they're looking for your experience. Business development representative for Compass. This is a good one to apply to. It's like a real estate tech company. And you also see that we're starting to get the pay that we more expect for an entry-level tech sales role. $68,000 to $100,000 is pretty much right on the nose for the type of pay I would expect for an entry-level tech sales job. So keep that in mind. This is the type of compensation you should be expecting in this range. We have other videos and other blog posts about data on tech sales compensation, so you can go read those as well to kind of get a sense for what a tech sales role should be paying. Senior sales development representative for Instawork. Instawork is a tech company, almost certainly. I think I've heard of them before, but let's just double check. The Flexible Work app, yeah, definitely a tech company. It's a senior role though, so they might require, so they want 1 or 2 years of sales development or business development experience. Notice how common these sales development or business development, these are the common job titles in entry-level tech sales. Those are like the buzzwords that you want to look for. So let's do one more search. We've covered entry-level tech sales roles so far with SDR and BDR. Now we're looking at more of, an account executive role is going to be a tech sales job that requires more experience. Usually you have to have already been an SDR or a BDR, or you got a selling experience somewhere else, and already you're seeing that the pay is going to be higher. So $90,000 to $110,000. Honestly, that's really low for an enterprise AE. $125,000 to $150,000, $108,000, $130,000 to $165,000. So that's higher, but still lower than what I would expect for an enterprise AE. So a lot of these roles do look like tech sales roles. So obviously we see Salesforce again. Let's look at this one because this says staffing. The account executive will be assigned to mid-market or SMB. So like I said earlier, you're seeing the segments, the account size segments used here, but staffing it says staffing and recruiting. So that's throwing me for a loop. Build and maintain client relationships, proficiency in Salesforce. This one I guess you're going to be selling staffing services to companies. So maybe seems like this staffing company might be focused in the tech world because they're using like tech language, but you might also be selling to like non-tech companies, and it might not even be a tech product. It might just be staffing services. So this might not really be a tech sales role. It's kind of like tech adjacent, I guess. Account executive mid-market at Lattice. This is certainly a tech sales selling role. Enterprise account executive at mParticle. Customer data platform. Yeah, so this is definitely a selling tech sales role. Canon. This is not tech sales just because we recognize the company name. Canon is they make cameras. But actually, it's interesting because it says you'll be selling hardware and software technology-based solutions. The pay is super low. So yeah, I would probably steer clear of this position. So hopefully that was helpful to just give you an idea of, as you're searching for tech sales jobs and you're scrolling through all these job postings on LinkedIn, which ones are actually tech sales jobs that you want to apply for with the type of pay that you would expect in the tech industry versus like a retail associate position or financial sales or manufacturing sales or other types of sales roles that aren't really the tech sales job you might be looking for. Again, I would suggest checking out this blog post on our website to get familiar with the type of tech sales job titles that you should be searching for. So hopefully that helped. Thanks for watching.